Hello there, I am Jozef and I am an illustrator from Romania, Transylvania, and I create digital and traditional illustrations. In this video I am having a lot of fun using some different art supplies in my sketchbook to create an illustration. I was in the mood to draw and color some birds and I created this sketchbook spread illustration using some watercolor pencils, Polycolor colored pencils from Koh-I-Noor, and for the background at the end I will use a craft metallic watercolor, which you will see that surprisingly has a great coverage and is quite shiny. I have these watercolor pencils from Koh-I-Noor for a few years ago and I was using them at one point quite often in my sketchbooks. And I remember that I have also a set of 24 colored pencils from Koh-I-Noor and I could play a little bit in my sketchbook with these two art materials. So first I swatched out the watercolor pencils and I put the pencils in the same case in which I hold my Derwent Intense pencils, and these watercolor pencils worked quite nicely on the watercolor paper while I was activating them with water. And to put these color pencils in action, first I needed to draw my line art for the illustration. So I let you to enjoy the process creating the line art and I will come back when it comes to the coloring. So on the watercolor paper on which I swatched the watercolor pencils worked quite nicely, but in this art creation sketchbook in which I created the illustration, when I activated the watercolor pencil with water was a little bit splotchy. And I saw this happening when I use water-soluble art materials on this paper. But it was fine because I will use colored pencil on top to add the shading and small details. I have this large pencil case where I hold all my colored pencils, or at least almost all my colored pencils, because I didn't put here the Faber-Castell Black Edition colored pencil set because I have more than 100 of them. The Koh-I-Noor Polycolor colored pencil set was one of my first color pencil sets which I bought when I started to create again traditional illustrations. I only own a 24 color pencil set and I use them quite a lot. This color pencil set is the more professional quality colored pencils from Koh-I-Noor, like the Polychromos from Faber-Castell. They have a quite harder lead and holds a sharp point for a long time. And they are nice to hold in the hand and they have that nice colored pencil smell to them, which was really nice when I was working with them. So I decided that I will buy in the near future a larger set of Polycolor color pencil set. And I will make a video at one point creating some illustrations using only these color pencils. When it comes to the color palette for this illustration, I decided that I will color the birds in their real colors, and for that I used some reference pictures. And for the background I went with the monochromatic color scheme, For the branch and for the leaves, I used two different green shades, and at the end I colored in the background with a craft metallic watercolors. I used a light green shade for that as well. For some time I wanted to try out this style at the backgrounds where I add some metallic watercolors. And I really love how the end result turned out. And more than probably I will do this again in the future with the backgrounds. I also turned these bird illustrations in a coloring spread. So if you don't draw and want to color these birds, the coloring spread is available on my Ko-Fi page for free. You can reposition digitally the birds however you want. You can draw your own background for them. Or if you don't want to do that, you can color in the birds as they are. If you do this and you post the final result on your social media, feel free to tag me. The link to my Ko-Fi page and for my social media accounts are linked in the description of the video. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about the final result, if you own these art materials and if you like them. And if you enjoyed this video and you are new here, hit that subscribe button for future similar videos. Thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video.
Mm-hmm.